Alrighty, so we went and picked up an endurance. I know a lot of people are using prospects, but the endurance looked a little bit better solution to me. And we set this up as the poor man's cloak type. It's got no propulsion, but it has these four. What are they called? So they're sensor boosters with ECCM scripts, and they are they give me a total of 84 points on my scan. I don't know what it's called. What is it called? Let's see, these are Hornets. Come escapes. You are welcome for the discounts. So, the targeting here, 12 points. The higher the number, the harder you are to target. And so if I turn all of these on, then we go all the way up to 84.92. And I can tell you that 89.9, which is where I have the heron at for the poor man's cloak, is unscannable. So this right here is going to be nearly unscannable. They're going to have implants in. And so they're going to have implants in, and they might even have to have those really expensive RSS core probes. Those give 1 point more each. And they're very expensive, if I remember right. Yeah, so they're 25 million each. And so, and then to have at least 8 of them, most people don't run those. And so it's going to be extremely hard to scan me down, and I have a cloak. So I think it might be an okay combination. They will be able to see me on D-scan. It won't change D-scan. But if they have combat probes out, they're not going to be able to combat probe me down. Yes, this is a mining ship. It's a Tech 2 mining ship. I thought that there was a wormhole in here. Did I only have that as like a 2-hour bookmark? Jesus. Are you serious? Come on. Really? Did I really do that? No. It's next door. All right.
Warp drive active.
Plus, I have a very good alignment on this. It's 3 tick. And so, what I don't have is any warp core strength bonuses to stop me from, getting scrammed if they catch me. But I'm pretty hard to find, and then pretty slippery. Not 100%, but pretty slippery. So they could just scan down the anomaly that I'm at. But are they going to know that that's what I'm doing? I'm not sure that they will. I'm not sure that they'll... And if they do, so if they just scan down the anomaly I'm at, they won't land right next to me like they would if they combat probe me. If they combat probe me, they land right next to me. So if I work the outer rim of the site, then maybe they land far enough away that I have plenty of time to get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, let's see how we're looking on this. Right. It's all good on this wormhole. It's not about to close on me. Here we go. All right, there is nothing on scan at the moment. We're going to turn these puppies on. I had never thought about doing this with an Omega ship. I'd never really thought about doing that. And then just trying something different out of the box today. And so, I don't see anything on scan. I don't see anyone on scan. This, by the way, folks, is a J0. A very rare J0. If I were working ice, the ice field in here is massive. All right. What is my EHP? Holy shit, my EHP is just a tiny little bit. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Oh, I wonder if the rats are not able to target me with all of this on. Is this on EWB? No, I just made it up. So we used somebody else's who had some interesting type of fit to it, and I greatly improved on it. So do I think that I can kill these guys? I don't know that I can. Try speed tanking. I have no propulsion. Although I move at a really good clip cloaked. This thing has no penalty when cloaked on movement. All right, we're gonna start this up again, and I'm gonna see what happens with these rats. So we're aligned. I'm gonna get them a bit closer. We'll see when they hit me what happens. If they scram me, I might be absolutely destroyed. You know? But we'll see. Okay, that didn't hurt too bad. Okay, Hornets. Take them out! Destroy! Auto attack, yep. Okay. They got me webbed now. Yeah, look at how hard of a time I'm having. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. All right. Get back here and let's go. Damn. Spin that drone ship, right. This is where having a second character to come in and help me would be really, really good. You know, just having another character in here that come in, take out those rats and cloak up again. That would be really nice. But I don't have anything like that. So, and I think that this is the only ore fields in here. It is. So, here, for those of you who have not seen what a shattered ice field looks like, this is the only type of wormhole system that has an ice field. This is a shattered wormhole. I can't mine any ice with this ship. It's not set up for that. But it can land right next to the fucking rats. Oh my god. Alright, get me out of here. But that is the ice field. It is enormous. And seriously, it landed me right next to those rats. They were like, we're here. Yeah. So, alrighty then. Okay. So, yeah, I can't do this one. Unless there was some other site here. Is there any other ore sites which need to be scanned down? I don't think there are. There's no scanned down ore sites that I'm aware of. They're all going to be combat or relic, data, or gas site. I don't know of any scan down ore ones. All right, well, that's too bad. So we're going to have to take off out of here.
Warp drive active.
So that one's a bust. All right, we're going to go to another system with another wormhole. And Brian, the AI music stuff's pretty impressive. So in order to have something really good, though, you really need to be writing your own lyrics at minimum. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean you can't come up with something completely AI and do okay. All right, we're gonna see what kind of I don't know how the scanning of this thing's gonna be. It's all Tech 1. My scan strength 40. Probably good enough to... My God, I hate this pop-up stuff. I haven't been able to get rid of it. I have not been able to figure out how to get these lists of pop-ups that come up in this out of here. And it drives me nuts because they get in my way. I tried turning tooltips up to a higher delay, and I got that figured out, but the this other stuff I haven't figured it out. I don't know what to do to stop it. And sometimes the lists get just enormous, everything's really cramped, and you can't get away from clicking on something accidentally. So as long as you don't forget to pull in your probes, be okay with this, huh? All right, we're gonna go into this other wormhole.
Warp drive active.
And then this has think my other one was what, 125 or 60 or something like this. This thing is going to be way better at pulling in the ore. Way more efficient. Let me just make sure it's not end of life. It's only at the beginning of decay. Okay. If I get stuck in there, I'll just have to kill myself. Filter out anomalies when scanning. Yeah, okay. I can see that. I like to see them though, because we found, like this morning, the first thing we found was one of those boundary ore sites. Kind of on accident. And that was cool. But
Warp drive active.
I'm not going to warp straight to a site from here. Not seeing anything on scan. Let's go look at the site first.
Warp drive active.
I could just use another extra wormhole. Well, you have to scan it down. So I would have to scan something else down. I guess that I do have the ability with this one. I was thinking of the last ship I was flying, which didn't have any probes on it. Right, this one has some rats, which I can't do. I'm gonna have to figure out this rat situation. I think I'm gonna need to bring up another character to wallop some rats. A rat walloper. All right, there are no rats here. So, mining. We found that kernite was the best here, but Arcanor has some of the stuff in it that I'm kind of looking for. And I want to go try Arcanor first to see if this reacts any differently on it. Combat refit? No, because that just no. You can't have any efficiency and be combat fit. I mean, I guess I say it in that way because I've totally dismissed that idea already. Not that it's not a possibility.
Active.
Let me just bring in a different ship. A second ship with a second character, which I can fly one up here tomorrow. All right, what are we gonna, we're orbiting at that. Let's see here. How far out? At 12. Okay, so I'm gonna make my default orbit distance 9,000. Gives me a little room for getting a little bit of a bump going there or something. All right. So let's see. Actually, I had two lasers going at like 125. So this is like 600 and something. So maybe it's 3 times as much. I don't know. And this thing is actually quite fast with without any propulsion. It actually moves along. I mean, it's moving over 500 and no propulsion on. Mobile Depot. You are right. You are right. So that's 191,000. And I have the room for a Mobile Depot. I wonder how much that would increase the cost. So yeah, it'd be quite a bit of a refit. I also don't have hardly any shields. I only have 3,900 EHP. I'm not very tanky. I think it's still a better solution to bring in a second character. That can cloak and that can shoot. In a PvP fit. Because, you know, this is very much a place you can encounter PvP. All right, I'm going to go over to this Kernite here. Kernite is what we pegged as having the best value. Hello, David. Thank you, David. So you'd recommend a Tengu? So I don't have a Tengu, but I get it. Yeah, only my Null characters have Tengus, and I'm not going to bring one of my Null characters down. I don't know what I'll bring. I have a really good combat character that that I could bring out that I think could do a good job. Or we just bring something inexpensive out, like we bring a Vexor out or something. So one round of that is 515,000, and one round of this was like 59,000. Certainly does pay much better on the Kernite, which just seems so weird to me. A Drake? Well, so a Drake is probably too big, and you know, I could put a passive shield regen tanking Drake together. It wouldn't be too terribly expensive. She is a Caldari character, the one I'm thinking of. So I don't have any drones out or anything to be worried about if I have to zip out of here. I wonder, let's see. Looks like we'll get about 13 million worth in here. Something like that. So I'd have to do 3 trips to pay for this. 3.5. That means surviving 3.5 times. Uncompressed Arcanor won't have a sensible market value as it is rarely traded. Ah, you are right. So then in a market analysis or some sort of analysis of 100 Arcanor against 100 Kernite, or however much it is per. Actually, I think we'd have to do it cubic meters, like 600 cubic meters or we could just do 1,000 cubic meters of Arcanor and 1,000 cubic meters of Kernite, and to come out with the components that it breaks out into and what those would be worth. Yeah, I don't have something at my hands to figure that one out. I could do the math, I could figure it out. I just don't have anything at my fingertips. Nice is top of the list, you think? Well, so, and that may be in value. So here's why I wanted the Arcanor. I wanted the Arcanor because of the Megasite. I want the Megasite. So,
welcome to the Dragons.
Freaky_noodle just followed.
That's what I want. So, and there is some niece here. Freaky Noodle, thank you for the follow. Welcome. There's a little bit of niece here. But its value is in the isogen mostly. And I don't need isogen. I have, oh my god, I have over 14 billion ISK worth of isogen sitting in my manufacturing box. And so, yeah, you're right. That website will show the list. I haven't been there in such a long time. Looking good here. So here's that site, and Arcanor refined value 413. See, Bistot 196, Crocite 574, Dark Ochre 1108, Nice 861. Right, 627. Markee 1982. Not found in wormhole space, okay. Arcavine, that's Pochvan. And Yttrium 1636, this is what we found in that one anomaly. And most of its value is in the isogen. So, yeah, see the isogen here. So, what I need is the Megasite. So, Arcanor. And so, Ductinium. That's where it has the most. And that's null. Spudamine. Castellite. So Spudamine is only in Triglavian space now. We used to be spud farmers hugely. Yeah, okay. So Arcanor is my only thing for it. And so 413. And then let's look at the Kernite here. 436. Ah, oh, how about that? Learn something new. Guess what, folks? Arcanor it is. Because the Arcanor is got more of the stuff that I want, and it is in value 413 compared to 436. It's close enough for me. Had an important call from Granny? Well, of course that's important. Yeah, so the AI music stuff. So like Suno and Udio will write lyrics for you and stuff, but it does not do a very good job. A lot of it just turns out to be gibberish and stuff. It's best if you can actually write lyrics. That is the best thing to do, because you'll come up with a much better song. So, link to see my fit. Well, I don't have. I have not done up anything. This is the first time using it. We just made it today. It is a slippery miner that is very hard to scan down. In fact, I don't think even with an Astero or or let's just say a scanning ship with implants, with sisters stuff, I'm not sure that they could scan me down. If they used the core probes, the ones that give just a little bit extra points, maybe. But I think that we're close enough on this that they will not be able to scan me down. So the sensor strength, yes, the sensor strength on this is huge. It's 84.992. And the Heron that we did tests with, I told everybody in a test that if they could scan me down with combat probes, I'd give them 1 billion ISK in that Heron. Nobody was able to do it. The closest people came is they triangulated me off of D-scan, and it took them about 30 minutes to do it. And then at that, none of them were able to close range because I'd see them for so far off as soon as they got on grid. Even if they were way out there, I would see them. So, what strength do you need to be stopped from being scanned down? I actually don't know. Timothus? We could... Okay, so do I have that character in HiSec? I don't have that character in HiSec. I have a character that has the full implants for scanning and has the ship with the highest possible scanning power. The only thing I haven't put on him is those super expensive probes. And I forget what the scan strength is, 282 or something like that. I don't know, it's ridiculously high. I have the fit on EWB. And with implants and everything, but those implants are quite expensive. People are not going to normally have those. Especially not in a ship they're willing to do combat with. So, yeah. So this right here, it might be unscannable. It might be unscannable. The other one, the Heron, that's the poor man's cloak, it is 89 point something, and this one is 84.9. Man, this is easy money. I mean, as long as I'm able to get the money in. And yes, there's always an exception. There's always an exception. But yeah, I don't know that anybody could scan me down. I might be over the number. So, God, I don't want to spend billions, though, to do a test. Because the implants are, I don't know, they're 2.5, 3 billion for the implants. I mean, we could do it without implants and test it because the ship is only like 80 million or something like that. and it's a cheetah. So a cheetah has the most medium slots, mid slots, in order to configure it with the most items to boost its scanning. So watching an Alpha Bob video, he made a very hard heron to scan. Yes. So you can't. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I have the heron that's a poor man's cloak, and so alpha, you can't cloak in an alpha, but this will make it so that nobody can scan you down. Sure, Brian. Send me a link. What about a buzzard? Has 5 mid slots. There was a reason we went with cheetah. No, buzzard's not. Is a buzzard tier 1? A buzzard's not tier 1, right? Oh wait, the cheetah is not tier 1 either. It's the heron that I'm thinking of. Scan here. Still nothing. We're halfway full, just over 5 million. Brian made a test song on Suno. Right, I don't know how loud this is going to be. Let me turn the volume down on it before start it. This muted? I might have the browser muted. Yeah, I do. Okay.
Welcome to the Legion, where the desert meets the night. Survival's in our blood, we're ready for the fight. Story-driven journeys, we conquer every quest. MMOs and stealth, we're always at our best. Desert is Legion, we rise from the sands.
That's not bad.
In the world of games, we make our stand. Modern warriors, together we flow. Join the adventure, let the legends grow. Desert is Legion, where the desert meets the night. Survival's in our blood, we're ready for the fight. Story-driven journeys, we conquer every quest. MMOs and stealth, we're always at our best.
So, question for you there, Brian. Did you write any of those lyrics, or you just had AI do something up? You'd be like, because you can tell those applications, you can say, write me a song about my MMO Legion, and it could come up with something like that. So, and yes, Syntax, Suno, and Udio are both being sued by the RCAA, which is it's the Record Association. So, yeah. You revised parts of it, but your English is not so good. Oh, well, it's not bad. It's not bad. So I have one thing that if any of you are making music or whatnot that I do, that if I think it's really good, I'll play it for some people and get their honest feedback. And I'll play it for some people who will tell me honest feedback. Like if I play it for my dad, he'd be like, "Oh, that's great," and then be like, "Shit," But he'll tell me it's great. Everything I do is great, right? Isn't that how parents are? So, and I say that because the very first song that I did, which I actually had AI write it, I did. I told it some stuff that I wanted it to write it about, and basically what I told it was to do a search on the history of Markee Dragon and then write a song about it, and it did. And I was super impressed by it. And then I put it to music, and I was super impressed by it again. But then other people listen to it and they're like, it's not bad, and here, I've got it here. And I'll play just a little bit of it and you'll hear it. Takes a minute to load.
In the dawn of MMOs, neath Ultima's gaze, Markee found his path, a market inefficiencies maze. Trading codes for gold, a business sprang to life, a pioneer's journey, cutting through the strife.
The chorus harmony on this is...
Markee Dragon.
But there, it's just doing the same thing again and everything. And I was super impressed by it at the beginning. If you hear it against some other songs that I've done, it's no good. And so especially some songs I've done that are just instrumental, but I don't know. I think that it's natural for anybody who is making music, that something that they created, that their creation is far superior in their mind to what it potentially is. Just like we think that our kids are way better than your kids. You know what I mean? Or my artwork is way better than your artwork and stuff like that. And it's because, we make it. And so we're naturally biased that way. And I'm not saying there's any problem with that. I think it's general human nature. It's normal. And if you make something that's really good, then you got to have some other people give you some feedback on it. And so that's all I'm saying. Yeah. So I do have a couple songs that I thought were going to be really good. And then I was like kind of disappointed with them. And one of the songs that's most popular is one that is way out of my normal zone of how I do things. It's the Katie Say song. And, it's slow country, female voice. And it's nothing that I would listen to. But it was the right music for telling that particular story, and that one's done really well. And then the Space Police Chase one, it rocks. It's done really well. And then there's like the Amar one. I'm still on the fence about that one. That was the hardest song that it's the most time I've spent on any song was on that Amar song. To get a worship song that's downtrodden. It was really hard. So, and then I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I'm like, okay, I've spent like tons of hours on this, and I'm going to put it out there and see what happens. Yeah, and see, like Boombastic really likes the Amar one. And there are some people who really like it. Its style is God, what is it? It's not death metal. It's funeral death metal. And which it took me a really long time to find the right sound for it. That was one of the hardest things, the right sound and the right voice to go with the words. So, yeah, you're listening to a Dead People song. Yes, well, it's funeral death metal. There you go. The Space Trucker song that's amazing. Yeah, that one's really good. That one's really good. So, and I think it's just called Space Trucking. Space Trucking. So, and then I have, I have some other stuff here, which I haven't fully edited yet, but, I have some interesting stuff that it's not quite being done with it, but I have been playing around with telling AI with the music, giving it instruction on, of course, what instruments and what style of music, but then on the oscillation of the music and some other stuff, which is new stuff that I'm learning. But this one I find very interesting. And this one came out of a test of me testing music, which the same instructions I used on this are in the Spin Master song, which sounds very different from this, but it's actually the same instructions, just different instruments. Yeah, syntax, exclamation point music. This one has no words. Sounds like Lindsey Sterling, a little bit. It won't, though, in a little bit. Monday Gamer, hello. Probably the reason this sounds a lot like Lindsey Sterling stuff is because the primary instrument in this is a violin, and which is what she plays. All right, Hyundai Gamer, thank you for the compliment. I'll have one more version of this. I'll play you the country version of this. Which is really wild to think about how this could be country. It's a country song like you've never heard before. You got over 100 sensor strength? We need to find out what the number is that nobody can scan you down. Somebody said they thought it was 40. All right, so that was some test music I did, trying this format and giving extra instructions about the oscillation of the music, the ups and downs, and everything as it goes through the whole song, and that one worked out really well. And then I thought, okay, let's try it with country. Here's the country version. And you've never heard a country song like this, ever. Well, maybe in Westworld. I have it doing these dips, which is so great. All right, we're just about full here. Yep, we're full. Time to head out. It's like Firefly.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
You, sir, rock.
Cats_is_ here, just subscribed.
Cats is here. Thank you so much for subbing. All right. Let's see here. How about 1,000 gold to everybody here in your honor? Thank you, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, gotta wait for the next episode. We did good on that one.